New York, New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right? This is hip hop. This is hip hop.
Up and coming on this show, we will have designers. I have a designer I spoke to last night. He will be coming up on this show. I have major record execs who will be coming up on this show after the BET Awards and everything is said and done and they get back to New York. So we have some major people coming in that's going to give you guys great insight. And also on this show, the younger artists will get a chance to perform, and we will not be critiquing them. What we will do is we will point out the things that they did good. And we will just have fun and great conversations, great topics. So with that being said, to my left, I would like to introduce our first guest. I met this man in 2020. When I first met him, he walked in the booth and we thought he didn't know what he was doing. And he surprised everyone in the studio that day. And my engineer looked at me and said, if you do not sign this kid and make him part of your team, do not ever come back to my studio. Now, mind you, I've known my engineer over 20-something years. We went to high school together. That's a brother, my brother D. Vargas. And when he looked at me, he said, I'm dead serious. Sha, do not come back to the studio if you don't sign this kid. So we let him finish his song. And he's actually going to perform this song today. He recorded the song in its entirety in 15 minutes with such aggression and such anger. I was like, wow, this man is angry. Why is he so angry? But I've watched him perform over the last couple of years. His first performance, he performed in front of Ron Browse. He performed in front of DJ Drewski. We had him in front of DJ Trace and some of the who's in New York's music scene. And he's always killed it. He's never let us down. When he gets off stage, the room is never the same. I've actually had him perform in front of another New York local celebrity, Grind Season Vague, and Grind Season Vague was in the background screaming, that's a hit, that's a hit. This man is talented. All he needs is the world to hear him and see him. And once you guys hear him, you'll understand exactly what we knew that moment. He is a star in the making. And I would like to introduce Wolf, AKA Mr. Taylor.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
What's up?
You good?
Chilling as much as I can be.
So I got a few questions for you.
What's up?
When was it that you was first introduced to hip hop? Now, everybody says this question, and we all know we grew up in a community where hip hop was embedded in our community. But when I ask this question, I mean, when was it that you were introduced to hip hop and you said, this is what I want to do?
Be honest with you, like, I've been into music since I was a kid. When I was first introduced to it was by my mother, and she liked Eminem a lot. But my mother's like, she's from Louisiana, so I listened to a lot of down south music like Boosie and everything, T.I., you know, the southern stars. And then my father being from New York City, I listened to a lot of, you know, Busta Rhymes, you know, DMX.
So when was it that you began to start writing music?
I didn't start writing. I started doing poetry first. I started doing poetry when I was like 6 or 7. And then, you know, I'd perform it and, you know, I would think it was nice, but I started writing, like taking it serious when I was like 13, 14. My son, Isaac Palaio, he was a good friend of mine. We was doing little mini freestyles in his basement at like 2-something in the morning.
Okay. When was the first time you wrote to a beat and said, I'm going to go record to this?
Man, I think it was like, yeah, like 14, 15, when my son Isaac, that's when I was like really the wolf. Like my cousin, like he always knew for me to have like the wild hair. So I never knew like what kind of name I should come up with.
Okay.
So it was like, you look like a wild man, you look like a wolf. And it started from there. And then I was like, I'm gonna just use that for my rap name. And then it just carried on after that. And it's been that ever since.
So you said your mother was from Louisiana, your father was from New York.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I remember a conversation, you said that you lived in Texas for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm originally from Texas, but being that my parents are both military, I move all over the world as much as I can. So, it was
Then you just
that.
landed in Brooklyn and said,
Yeah.
Bed-Stuy's my home?
Yeah, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, yep. Landed
Okay.
right in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, and been Bed-Stuy, do or die ever since.
So when we talk about your music, being that you're so diverse culturally in your music, is that what influences your sound?
Maybe, but honestly, it's because I listen to a lot of different things. I don't just listen to one thing. Like, I feel like music, there's different sources of like real good music. There's opera, there's jazz, there's hip hop, there's rock, there's indie. There's a whole bunch of I've dipped and dabbled in all kinds of music and listened to all kinds of different stuff. So that's where I feel like my take from it comes off of.
Okay, so going forward in your music, what is one thing that you haven't done that you plan on doing?
More rock. I feel like because of Michael Jackson,
Okay.
I want to do a lot more rock stuff, and a little bit more jazz too.
Well, I say working with you and being hands-on in the studio with you, I think me and most engineers and producers felt like you really have no limits. So I do look forward to seeing that. One thing I would like to ask you is like, currently in the music world, who influences you right now?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Who influences me? Honestly, right now I would say it's Lil Durk.
Lil Durk?
Lil Durk, because right now he's on a positive note. He's trying to bring his hoods together and spread nothing but positivity and love from Chicago into other parts of the world, and I think that's kind of what I want to do.
I could say I've noticed that in your music. When we first started working together, your music was more dark,
Yeah,
a little angrier.
yeah,
You went through a heartbreak when we were trying to get you to record.
yeah,
You went through a real heartbreak.
Yeah.
You couldn't focus. You couldn't
Yeah.
record for 3-4 days.
yeah.
You spent a week on the sofa in the studio, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't like wasting time. I don't like wasting good music, and I felt like I wasted some music around that time because I was just too caught up in my head.
Well, you turned out some great songs. I will have to
But
say.
that's the thing. When it comes to me making music, I don't ever want to I never fabricate my songs. I never like to fabricate. I don't like to talk about stuff that I haven't done. And if there's something that I have done, I try to, just put my own little sauce on it to make it sound good for the listeners.
Okay.
But, I always try to use what I'm going through or what I'm feeling or, how my life is going on at
Okay.
the time. And I try to at least capture it and put it into my music.
Well, I would like to say I know that the segment is coming to a close soon. So when we get back, I would like to talk about your upcoming single, the single you previous released,
Okay.
and the single you stopped me from releasing. So we could talk about all
Okay.
three of those things after we come back after our next break.
All right.
All right?
No problem.
Thank you. Welcome back to That's Fire United, and I'm here with my guest, Wolf, a.k.a. Mr. Taylor. Now, I said we were going to talk about these three specific songs, but before I get into those 3 specific songs, it was something I forgot to mention. Everybody knows you as Wolf, but me and Queen Nat started calling you Mr. Taylor because Mr. Taylor is your alter ego.
Yes. Mr. Taylor that's the man who's going to speak nothing but the truth. He's going to talk to you. Not just talk to you, he's going to tell you a story. He's going to get you to understand what's going on. And it's more so of a passionate person.
Okay.
Wolf the Great is evil. He's smart, but he's evil, and he likes to crash and thrash and break stuff. But Mr. Taylor, he's more so of a classy man. He's subtle, specific to the point.
It's a Jekyll and Hyde effect.
Exactly.
So, because when I think of the ego, Mr. Taylor, I first heard it in a song you were transitioning your vocals, and I said to myself, "Wow, this is dope." I was like, I didn't know he could do this. I didn't know he had the range for that. So, after a while, me and Queen Nat started speaking, and I was just like, "Yo, he should do this as his lover boy attitude, Mr. Taylor." Because I remember the first time I actually heard your real name, it was from someone very close to us, Mr. Jim.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's not his real name. And he was like, no, his name is such and such. I know him. And I was like, that's not his real name. And then when I had to go look at the BMI, I had to go look at your BMI numbers. And I was like, that really is his name. So I thought it was a great play on using part of your real name. And I think it gives a better light of the person you are, because you're not just one way. You're complex,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
So in that complexity, you created that song different. Then we changed the name to Big Apes. We were locked in for the date for the video shoot.
Yeah.
Money was on the table.
Yeah.
I was getting dressed, getting ready to drive down to the city. A bunch of people were called. We had about 40, 50 people ready to be there for your video shoot.
Yep.
And then you called me as I was getting out the shower and said,
we can't do it. We can't do it. Yeah. Because of my lifestyle and what I do, it wasn't a real good moment to do it. It wasn't a good time to do it because there's a lot going on with,
I was upset, but then I thought about what was going on with Casanova.
Yeah.
And I kind of sat down with the team and said, he's not dumb.
Yeah.
It was bad timing that he did such a great song like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was very impactful. It's still impactful to this day.
It still
when
is.
people hear it for the first time, it's like you wrote it yesterday.
Yeah.
So Big Apes is still an amazing song, which I think we found a way to do the video without compromising anyone. So I think we're gonna get past that.
Yeah.
Now the song that you did release that I created amazing album cover work for was 11, spelled with 2 1s.
Yep. That's
How
my
did you
baby.
create that song, and when did you create that song? Because that wasn't with the That's Fire team.
Yeah, that was actually me and my brother Saya. Me and him had been doing like little stuff where we'd make a song here and there and we put it on SoundCloud or YouTube, and if it gets views, it gets views. I wasn't too big on, trying to blow up off of it, but it was just, just a way of at least putting my music out there, start putting my music out there. And 11 strangely was around when Stranger Things
Came out.
started coming up, and I was just doing a little, play on with the words, and 11 just happened to be the best way to make it.
I will tell you, that was the first time I actually heard you play with auto tones a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I said, I wasn't really sold on it yet. I was like, it's still dope, it's cool. You didn't sell me on the auto tunes or the Melodyne until you did Mr. Taylor, which we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna save that for another day.
We're gonna say that.
So by the time you did your single that's about to come out, I'm not sure if we have a release date yet. We got to talk to the director of marketing.
Yeah.
This single called Loveless.
Yes.
I kind of felt that you wrote this around the time you couldn't get off the sofa.
Yep. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. That girl messed me up, man. And Queen was on a bender of like helping me kind of get through that. Even you, like a lot of people because they know who I am. They know I'm a happy person. They know I like to hang out with my family. I like to hang out with my people. I'm always a happy guy. I'm always the one to cheer anybody up. So when it comes to Wolf being upset, it's like, geez, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I like to take my feelings and put them in my music.
You wasn't upset. You was hurt.
I was. I'm not gonna lie.
But what you did with this song was dope. In comparison, you still have one that I think is much better, and that will be the follow-up drop, maybe fourth quarter. So we could take that into the summer. We're actually learning this business as a team.
Yes.
We're learning when we should drop certain songs and lead into the next, and so we could take into the next year. So, without further ado, what we want to do is get you prepared to perform Loveless, and then since we're in the home of the Bronx, you're gonna close out with Big Apes. So you're gonna give him the love, you're gonna give him Mr. Taylor, but we're gonna show him Wolf.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate you coming up here, man.
I appreciate being out here, man.
Just go and show him the performances that you give him at the That's Fire concerts.
Of course.
This is your host, Mr. CEO, and we got Wolf the Great coming at you with a performance, but he's gonna introduce you to Mr. Taylor first with his new single, Loveless. Kill it, my brother.
Appreciate you. Oh my God, stop the music.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I said, oh yeah.
great.
I said, okay,
Yeah. Can't you see how times change? Don't think I can take it, baby. Took time for myself, hard, still not trying to change it, baby. I done seen love come running, don't think I can chase it, baby. I've been moving too stealthily for weapon, I'm most dangerous, babe. I know you got passion for me, but it doesn't matter, only thing matters, what matters to me. You're faded with traction, get it real active, I'm feeling your heat. You could call me any day of the week, and I know you be feeling so upset. I feel so loveless, yeah. I look at your body, you know that I'm into you. Sex with you and me can really be great, but I'm looking for something that's more than just physical. Need some help, trying to free all this pressure. Need some help, trying to clear my mental. Took me so much just to put it together, and even longer just to make it less simple. I know you want my love for sure. I know you know just how the way it goes. Giving love got me still feeling empty. If I die, ain't nobody gonna miss me. You say I'm crazy, I'm thinking too trippy. You kiss me, baby, now my thoughts feeling silly. Can't you see how time change? Don't think I can take it, baby. Took time for myself, hard, still not trying to change it, baby. I done seen love come running, don't think I can chase it, baby. I've been moving too stealthily for women, I'm most dangerous, babe. I know you got passion for me, but it doesn't matter, only thing matters, what matters to me. You're faded with traction, get it real active, I'm feeling your heat. You can call me any day of the week. I know you be feeling so upset. I feel so loveless, yeah. I feel so loveless, yeah. Oh, yeah. With the gray.
Simi, what you doing, boy?
Now, this some real shit.
Sounds like a rebound.
Huh? Get it. Shout out to Gore B, man. Hey. Big homie the plug, he callin' my phone. He said he wanna get work for the weekend. Never shawty wanna know. She callin' my phone like, do you wanna put the tip in? Moving like the shark, how I swim in the deep end. Heated it up, shit, she clutching and screaming. Hook the plug and skirt off with them demons. 40 niggas in the heaty, big homie the plug. Callin' my phone, now he say, wanna fit work for the week. Never shawty wanna ball, she blow on my phone like, come over and get it. Like the shark, no, I go in the deep end. I'm heating it up, I be clutching and scheming. Got from the bosses right out with the demons. 40 on me in the city, 40 on me in the scheming. Got a nigga leaking, you wouldn't believe it. How it got them beats brighter in the beacon. How it got the shells to break you in the pieces of pussy. I do not play like a rookie. I've been quiet for so many days and I hate to kill him, but don't push me. But Put the monster in me, walk the cookie, take the plate and leave it clean just like some pussy. I'm a wide body, big Bugatti, and I'm out here switching laces like I should. Standing like a big dog, call me Scooby. Gonna get smacked out like a bitch. 40s and max with extended clips. I'ma bring the hats out with the whips. And a big A with the shit, big homie the plug.
Call on my phone,
Say,
wanna get work for the weekend. When
Hey.
never sure to be alone, call on my phone.
do you wanna put the tip and moving like a shark? How I swim in the deep end.
Eating it up,
She clutching and screaming.
call up the plug and straight off with them demons.
Hey, 40 niggas in the heated, big homie the.
Plug, he call on my phone, now he say,
Hey.
you wanna flip work for the weekend.
Rah, rah,
Never
rah,
sure to
woo.
on the bone, she go on my phone. Like come over and put the dick.
Eating like a shark and I go in the deep end. I'm heating it up, clutching and screaming.
Come from the boss,
Right out with the demons. 40 on me in the city. Huh. Re-up in a mark class stunning. Everything matted all black. Big truck and walking GTO the spot. Big duff and fresh and hit you like the Mack trucks coming. Who you calling? Ain't no backup coming. Smoking nigga like the backwoods bus. Taking no to the backwoods, son. Pussy niggas in the back type front. 23 like Jordan Trap House jumping. Smoking up exotic pots, big pumping. Hit the demons raging house, big bugging. Got that hammer, nigga, ain't no touching me. Loyalty over royalties, all these big apes really fuck with me.
40 niggas in the heated.
Rah, rah, woo!
He call on my phone, now he say, you wanna flip work for the week.
Whenever shorty on the bone, she go on my phone. I come over and put the key. Eating like a shark, I'm not going the deep end. I'm heating it up, clutching and scheming. Come from the bosses right out with the demons. 40 on me in the city. Hey, Wolf the Great. I love y'all.
Now that's how you do it. Welcome back to Crash the Industry. I got a special guest, my guy, Mr. Maury Haze. How you doing, my
What's up,
brother?
G? What's up, Brody? How
Everything's
you?
good?
Blessings, man. Blessings.
So, a few months ago, we met at the Purple Room Freestyle.
Facts.
And from that day, we exchanged information, we locked in.
Right.
And I watched your journey. So before I get to your journey post the freestyle, I wanted to ask you a question about the pandemic.
Okay.
How did the pandemic affect your career in its entirety?
I ain't gonna lie, definitely, we definitely had to take a little vacation. You know what I'm saying? There was really no shows going on. And wasn't trying to pay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things definitely slowed up. You know what I'm saying? Even studios was locked down. Like, I was missing a lot of opportunities around that time being. A lot of my important shows that played a major part of my career got canceled and all that. So it definitely played a major part. You know what I'm saying?
Reason why I asked that is because I did the research and I was like, you know what? This dude is dope. I see where he's going. Let's see where he came from. Didn't go too deep into like before that. But you was actually performing at MTV during the pandemic.
Facts.
Like, how did that happen?
That was
See, that
the
brought a smile to your face
That
just
was
now.
the only probably thing that was good during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? As far as that situation, shout out to my Def Jam family or whatever. They just invited me just to be in the audience and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I actually waited 5 hours for the opportunity. 5
Wow.
hours on the line. Like, people just think I just walked in there and they just walked me on stage. Nah, I ain't work like that. You know what I'm saying? I waited 5 hours. Like I said, I just was a guest. I was in the crowd, and they were just giving artists, you know, opportunity just to go up there and rap.
And you took advantage.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to MTV, you know what I'm saying? That was
That's
history made, you know what I'm saying? So,
That's dope. So have you had any opportunities to go back since?
definitely, you know what I'm saying? They definitely reached back out, you know what I'm saying? One time I just went just to go, like I said, just to be in the audience, just for the experience. That was real big, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to kind of repeat that again. But I'm definitely gonna go back up there again. I just wanted it to make sense. And I just wanted to make sure it count the same way the first time did. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, because that was in a crucial time. Like, some artists found a way to strive through that
Right.
and make money.
right.
I seen, like we just spoke about Moneybagg Yo. He called it the pandemic. He was doing like private shows and
Right.
everything like that.
Right.
So when I seen you doing that, I said, yo, you know, a lot of people weren't outside. That was dope for him to even
Right.
do that. So now, fast forward, what was your first show after the pandemic?
Now I started opening it up for like DJ Drewski and stuff like that. When he started being at my shows and, you know, and networking with everybody, and then that's when I knew it's starting to get real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the rooms, the stages, everything just got bigger. You know what I'm saying, too. You could see the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you go to these showcases and you might just be rapping with the same guys because all y'all lit at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But once I started to notice I wasn't even in the rooms with those fellas, I knew things was just going up a little better.
Like,
you know
when
what
I
I'm saying?
met you at the Purple Room Freestyle, I will say that's one of the few freestyles I went to where it was like they're all monsters in the room.
Right.
And all the monsters that were going to make it stood out, and you guys are still doing what you're doing.
Facts.
And how did you feel about that freestyle cypher?
I thought it was pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? I ain't get to see everybody, like I'm from that area. I live like maybe across the street from when we did the event, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really get to see everybody, but I know the people that came before me, I heard like me, when I came in there, I'm asking like, who did good? Like, I'm that kind of guy, like, yo, point them out. Like, let me know who did good. So, cause I'm coming to eat every time, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, as far as that event was pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vague for throwing that event, you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Shout out to Grind Season Vague
Grind
for that
Season
one.
Vague, you know what I'm saying? I knew him for a long time too. He watched me grow up, you know what I'm saying? You can see me 13, 12 in his videos and stuff like that.
Vague has definitely been outside a
you know
long
what I'm saying?
time.
Word. He from my area too, you know what I'm saying? He came around, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Vague for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down for that. You know what I'm saying? Just give rappers opportunities just to, you know, showcase their talent and stuff like that. So if I could be a part of it and I could come through and just, you know, make it better or we could help each other out, I'm all for it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
before we get into what you got going on right now in your future, what's the history and the story of Maury Haze? Like, how did you end up with that name, and what circuit did you travel till you decided where you was going to be your own individual and not follow the trends and rap the way you rap?
Building my character up. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, that's another thing too as far as like music. You can make good music all day, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta build your image up, you know what I'm saying? You gotta build your walk, you know what I'm saying? Build your talk, you know what I'm saying? Your lingo, how you gonna speak and stuff like that. So I really just wanted to be different, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, for the Maury, like, you know, the Maury show and all that. So I just wanted to just try to stand out a little bit, you know what I'm saying, bro? So Maury Haze, man.
No fake.
Like I said, I grew up in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? Cross street from the Bronx Zoo. I had my moms and my pops, but my pops, he did 10 years in jail straight, you know what I'm saying? He just been home probably maybe like a couple of years now, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just growing up, bro, just keeping my head high, staying focused and all that, but I always knew since I was young I wanted to be different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just always felt special too, just within myself, you know what I'm saying? I just always felt like I'm different from others and all that, so. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to just sit down, talk to yourself, and just see what you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? One thing about the music, I caught on to that early, knowing that this is something I really wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy I continued on because it's a lot of things. If I didn't, like, I still say to myself, like, yo, if I ain't make music, I never would have been in Connecticut. Or when I'm doing shows in Connecticut and places like that, I'd be like, yo, dag, bro, I never would have met G-Dep the other day if I didn't do music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate all that. You know what I'm saying? As far as the music, like, I enjoy, besides just making music, I enjoy the traveling. I enjoy meeting other successful people, sitting down, talking at the table, trying to learn, like, just new game and just new ideas and just new techniques and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So the music is just really all for me, you know what I'm saying?
So I got a question for you. Do you find it easier to travel through the industry now that so many people sound the same, being that you have a unique style, you kind of stand out and it makes it easier? Or is it harder because they're looking for people who sound the same?
I mean, a little bit of both. It all depends what crowd it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you want to stand out. Of course, nobody wants to do the same thing everybody else is doing. Nobody wants that, you know what I'm saying? The best thing to do is to stand out, but at the same time, you do have to blend in.
Hit them with the song that they want to hear first.
Correct.
And then you slap them with something different.
Right. And that's the good thing about having variety of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I do shows sometimes, I don't like to just send them 2 songs. I like to send a couple because you go there, you don't know, you see the crowd. That might be nothing but ladies that night. We came through with that rap. Nah, bro. Now we got the R&B joint for them. Let's do this tonight. I go off the crowd that day, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to be prepared, you know what I'm saying? Just think outside of the box, And that's like, boom, one time I had got arrested or something, locked up with some old head. And he was telling me like, yo, I was telling him like, you be rapping, I'm about to do my music and all that. He was like, yo, what kind of music you make? And I'm just like, yo, I just be rapping. He like, yo, you gotta make all type of music and all that. And I was like, yo, what you mean? He was like, yo, look, say you only make hard music. If I'm sad and that's all you make, I can't listen to you today. You know what I'm saying? So that always stuck with me. Like, try to make music for everybody, for the kids, for the ladies, for the adults, for all. Like, I'm able to play music from my aunt. That's different. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm able to play, yo, grandma, listen to this record. What you think about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make music for all type of people. And that just goes for any artist, you know what I'm saying? That's just from me to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Just make all genres, you know what I'm saying? Just and then test yourself, you know what I'm saying? Why? All right, you know you're good at this? Let's try something new. You know you're good at this? Let's try something new, you know what I'm saying? So when them labels come and all that, your resume is strong, you know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. Just building your your resume and all that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm totally on board with that. So what is like I got a portion of it. So what is your thought process when you go into the studio? Is it I'm a vibe off the beat the producer gives me, or I'm gonna have him cook something up right then and there?
It might be both, you know? It might be something I just wrote in the crib that day, you know what I'm saying?
And have him build the beat around you?
Yeah, like for my city. A lot of people don't know. I didn't even really write that record. Like, it wasn't like I wrote the chorus and then I went to the studio and just, let me see what I could do with it. And I just was going off. Sometimes I'm more of a vibe. I need a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I go off the energy. I go off the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I do both. Sometimes I might just go in there, cook something up. Sometimes I test myself. Like, you pick the beat.
See, and we spoke about that in the studio. I was
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
when we was in your private room, I was like, yo, did you know you had one with that one? And you was about to answer me, and I was like, nah, save it. So when you finished that song, did you say to yourself, I only had a hook, but I got one now?
Yeah, like it really went like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went back to the crib, listening to it, I'm just like, nah, this, because for my city, it's not a normal song I would do. So it's kind of different for me and for my audience too, and that's what I liked about it. But I just wanted to show people that I could do different stuff too. It's not just about bars and just, 16s and 32s, you know what I'm saying? Put them hooks down, you know what I'm saying? Them flows, the melodies. Now to really sit down and put down a hit, put down a record, you know what I'm saying? Really sit down and know the signs and make it happen, you know?
You do that song and you start hitting the shows and the showcases. What took you to performing from Drewski to getting signed?
Just staying consistent, bro. Like, and that's another thing. You got to build relationships. When I first met Drewski, I had to let him, hear my music. You know what I'm saying? We did an interview and all that. I knew from there, invested in myself would make me keep relationships and bonds. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, after that, I just talked to him. He just was telling me, stuff, what to do and all of that, bro. And I just always wanted to put myself in the right spots. Same thing happened with Fresher. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fresher. That's Fresher the rapper. Wade. You know what I'm saying? He was having he was doing like a Still Got the Juice. That's the name of his platform. He was doing the drop mics and all that, and same thing. You know what I'm saying? Invest in myself to get up there, and that's my brother now. Invest in yourself just to get around these people. Why not? So why not put it into yourself? Nobody else is gonna do it for you but you. You know what I'm saying? So just get up, man. Get up, man. Put that bread up, man. That's the only way it's gonna work. Sometimes it just happens like that. You ain't have to put up nothing. You just shot a video. Your man shot at you for free. You shoot it, and they go viral. It happens. But sometimes, other than that, please, invest into yourself, man. Nobody's gonna give you nothing. And at the end of the day, you want it like that, so when it's your time, you don't owe nobody. You don't owe nobody. Nobody could ever say they did anything for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I had to definitely learn. Cause I used to be like, yo, dad, bro, I thought bro mess with me and all that. He do, but he want to see, like you said, he want to see what you got coming, that you gonna bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
There's one thing, like when you bring something to the table, or you just come to the table to take something.
Right,
We've been trying to make the interview happen for a couple of weeks. It's just timing.
Yeah, it's timing, right.
Like this morning, you hit me with I always wanted the rock chain.
Yeah.
I was like, let me hold $5. You didn't have the chain when I first met you.
Yeah, I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe you didn't have it on you, but it showed growth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, I seen the drip get flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wasn't bummy when I met you.
Right.
But now everything is showing growth.
Right.
What would you tell yourself from now, what you're going through now, what would you tell yourself when you was feeling doubt?
Just pray. You know what I'm saying? Pray, bro. Stay focused. Cause look, like, let me see, how long it been? Maybe like 2 years now. I was sitting in the hospital, bro. I was going paralyzed. I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk again. And all that. I was in the hospital for almost like a month. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was over then. I had to get surgery on my neck. Maybe now, I wasn't even sounding the same.
Well, tell us the story. How did that happen?
All right, so I had messed up something in my spine, you know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly how. I could have been performing, could have been playing basketball, anything, you know what I'm saying? But long story short, I messed up something in my spine. I was going paralyzed from that. And I was conditioned to walking. So I had to get surgery on my neck in the hospital, you know what I'm saying? I was letting the doctors know, like, I make music, I need my voice. Because I ended up getting the surgery in the front, not the back. Like, I was thinking it was in the back, but once I heard it was in the front, I was kind of sketchy on it. Because, as an artist, you need your voice, you know what I'm saying? So, but I had to go through that. Like I said, I was in the hospital almost a month. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to walk again. Went through physical therapy and all that. Even that, I wasn't doing no shows then. You know what I'm saying, bro? I really had to sit back and watch everything from the hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? Got back up, started working out, started eating better and all that. Just getting my mind right mentally. You know what I'm saying? So, and ever since then,
I was just gonna ask you, how did that mentally affect you when you were laying there?
It was tough. You know what I'm saying? I just lost my moms at the time being, so I still was grieving through that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been in jail before, so me being even in the hospital, where a place where I can't just get up and walk out, was kind of different for me. You know what I'm saying? My habits, I had to kick it, drinking and smoking. You know what I'm saying? Even eating different in there. You know what I'm saying, bro? So when I was in there, I was just telling myself, like, I knew it wasn't over. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how long it was gonna take for me to bounce back, but I just told myself, like, I'm a strong person, so I just stayed positive, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had my dark days in there, dropped some tears and all that, missed my family. I wasn't seeing my kids. You know what I'm saying? My youngest son, he young. He 8, so I didn't even want him to see me like that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know what was going on. So it was just mad stuff, man, I had to deal with, you know what I'm saying? But I just kept my head high, and I just make sure it didn't break me, you know what I'm saying? So
that's definitely got to be hard. Condolences on losing your mom.
Appreciate you.
But you see, I got to give you a lot of respect for you fought through a lot to get where you are. And it shows that perseverance will open the way. So I would like you to tell me what it is you got going on right now.
Okay.
You're single and everything like that.
Right now, like I said, I got For My City out, you know what I'm saying? That's spinning, they still playing out on Hot 97. Shout out to DJ Spazzo or whatever. I just did a joint tape with my man Polo Mass. He from Harlem or whatever. We dropping that tape September 7th. The name of that project is called We Got It From Here. It's like I said, it's like a long-term friend that I grew up with and all that, So, I'm doing my thing and all that. So I'm just trying to, help people that was, helping me and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, I got plenty of singles out. It's a lot to name, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, For My City, Casamigos Night, Unfinished Business, all of them, all digital platforms and all that. But like I said, mixtape dropping September 7th. It's called We Got It From Here, you know what I'm saying? So we just working, you know what I'm saying? New videos coming out. I got the song with Dice Peso, you know what I'm saying? It's called Yo Gang. Go check that out. Me and him working on the video and all that too, you know what I'm saying? Like that's who I've been running with right now too. Dice Peso, he just signed to Jim Jones and all that, the Bird Gang movement and all that. So I'm just staying focused, bro, you know what I'm saying? But the tape is definitely on its way. The tape is already done. We shot a video already. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do things a little different this time. I ain't want to, usually they'll drop the project and then go from there as far as the videos. I wanted to have at least 2 videos tucked, body of work already done, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy I handle it like that. So like I said, man, September 7th, man.
Okay.
We Got It From Here. Go check that out.
So being that you said that, you said you like to you want to have a video tucked already, so you're thinking on the business end. So you already are saying, I want to be able to market the next one as soon as possible. So that's what a lot of artists don't understand, right? Marketing is very, very important because you guys are a brand.
Facts.
Like, I didn't even peep that you had your own zip. I seen it. I was like, oh, he had the Maury Haze on the what's the name? That is ingenious branding. There's something that my marketing director said to me. She said, you know what these dudes in the hood will always spend their money on? alcohol, weed, and pills.
I agree.
And she said, you got to get your name on at least 2 of those. and it always. Always. So I would say that was smart. What are some of the things you feel like you need to do more in marketing?
Just try to do the things I didn't do yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the most I could think of, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always just coming up with ideas. I'm always open to try new things. You know what I'm saying? Like I did the chips, you know what I'm saying? We did merch and all of that. I had the juices. I had a lot of ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's just me sitting down, just thinking, how can I try something new? How can I keep going? Like you said, just keep marketing yourself in different ways. Like, it's always good to rebrand yourself in a different space or in a different way, you know what I'm saying? And it just shows how good you are too, somewhat, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, as an artist, you can always rebrand yourself. Jay-Z did it, I think, 8 times over the course of his career.
Right.
Hove, Jay-Z,
Right.
Jay to the Izzo. He did it so many times.
Right.
So it could just be Maury. It could be
That's why I
Maury.
was saying I'm Maury too. That's why I was speaking about that earlier, you know what I'm saying? Because, with Haze, there's certain things, I can't put that on certain platforms. So I just in case, you know what I'm saying? When they say, you might have to drop the Haze, I don't want, Maury's just kind of too plain. Then, like I said, separate from the Maury show. So maybe a Maury, you know what I'm saying?
Maury is dope. You could throw it on
Okay.
the shirts and make the spelling almost like the Amiri.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You
That'd
could
be
always,
dope. I can see that.
You could always make something work out.
That was a good idea.
Now that you're rocking with Dice Pesos, do you see yourself in the next year or so in a different caliber with your artistry and music?
Yeah, because if you would have asked me this a year ago, the same question, and we standing here right now, you definitely, like you said, you definitely seen the growth. And that's all I'm ever trying to do. Just wake up and just be better. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, being a father, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, every day I'm just trying to find out to be better. So this date right now in 25, I'm hoping I definitely grew from there. So it's just,
Okay, so what do you think right now about the music industry as far as there being so many artists? Like, I think they were saying it was almost 1 million songs being dropped every few months.
Right.
What do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's oversaturated, or that it's making artists like yourself rise to the top?
I mean, people making money off these records. You know what I'm saying? So that if they gonna flood it, like, yo, if I'm making this off one record, imagine how much I can make off 25. You know what I'm saying? So people thinking like that. Some people just got the mindset that I'm flooding, so I'm just putting out mad music. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the other crowd that they not even doing it the right way, and they just putting out music too. We can't forget about them. So the audience is so crowded. It could get
money.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It could get intertwined with that, you know what I'm saying? So, but like with me, I like to be consistent. Cause I used to think like that too. But if you drop in this song, then you drop the other song, maybe the first song didn't even get that much light because you're so busy rush to the second one. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but
what we've been looking at was campaigns usually should last about 3 months, right?
Of course, yes.
And it should be 3 to 6 songs.
Right.
And when you drop the first song, by the time you get to that third song, you're supposed to still be promoting that first song.
My point.
You never know when that song is gonna hit. It may never hit.
Right.
But if you're still promoting it, the second one hit or the third one hits, right?
Right.
Now you could be like, hey, go check out
Of course.
that last joint.
Of course.
So like, I like what you have been doing. Like, I know you dropped another single after, but you still been pushing
For my city. and
for
all
my
that,
city.
For sure.
Wait, have you built yourself a team yet?
Yeah, definitely. The New Bronx, you know what I'm saying? We all licensed up too, LLCs and all that, so everything's really in the paperwork. But yeah, I got my entourage, you know what I'm saying? They here doing something for me right now. That's why they not really here right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my guys, man. Shout out to the New Bronx. Man.
Shout out to New Bronx. The other thing I wanted to ask you was, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Before I say anything, I'm gonna just say in a good space. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing right if you're not in a good space. You can't chase your goals if you're not in a good space or have the right people around you. So the first thing I'm gonna say is I'm hoping I'm just healthy, good mindset, you know what I'm saying? And deal or no deal, I'm gonna do this music thing, you know what I'm saying? Independently or with the label, you know what I'm saying? So however it go, you know what I'm saying? I just wish for the best, you know?
A few minute break, and then we're gonna come right back, and we're gonna get back to Maury Haze, and then we're gonna get out of here with his performance. All right, we back with the one and only Maury Haze. This is Crash the Industry, and we left off. What was we talking about when we left off? About how the industry affects you and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
What about the Bronx culture affected the way you do your music?
Yeah, man, you know, I'm born and raised from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx Zoo, exactly, you know, obviously that's, you know, history itself.
I live
you know
not far from the Bronx Zoo. I know how it is over there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? History, you know what I'm saying? I come from hip hop, you know what I'm saying? They say that's where the hip hop started from, definitely from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still used to listen to KRS-One, you know what I'm saying? Who else is from the Bronx? Drag On, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, you know what I'm saying? I can name a couple people.
Have you met any of the legends?
I met Drag On. I was really honored to meet him, you know. I met him young, too. Met him very young, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a lot of good game, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know how to use it back then, you know what I'm saying? But now that I think about it now, yeah, definitely.
Drag On was the first person I seen totally like not diss the label, but diss how they were doing things.
Right.
When, if you think about what he did, and I was kind of like upset with him when he did it, he only dropped a 9-song album.
I ain't like that either.
But I understood why he did it though, because they wasn't paying for more than 9 songs.
Right.
They say this is your album budget, 9 songs. So he's like, why would I give them 15 songs?
Correct.
And give them extra songs for free?
I agree.
I mean, I would say as a fan of his, I was a little disappointed because we come from the era of you got to give us like 18 songs on the album. We want songs that are 4 or 5 minutes long.
Double disses and all that. Yeah,
that was the era we from. Like if he dropped a 9-song album right now, that might be too much. Because right now, everybody's just dropping EPs.
Right, it's a fact.
So have you put a full project out yet?
Yeah, I dropped the project. Well, my first project, it's called Not Enough Credit. That one had like 14 records on there. Maybe a year ago, I dropped the EP. It's called Pray For Me. That's out too, all digital platforms and all that. But like I said, the joint that we got September 7th, full body of work, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like I said, we got it from here, September 7th, man. I'm already working on another project. It's called A Haze Spot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do 10 records on these joints, you know what I'm saying? Just
if you keep going with the Haze concept, you're going to have to get Cam on your joint eventually.
That's a fact. You know what's so crazy, though? I'm happy that you said that, though, because when you asked me about the Haze thing, I always skip that part out. But Cameron Purple Haze is the reason why I did name myself Haze, too.
That was a classic.
If he dropped that album on my birthday.
Okay.
You could Google it, December 7th.
Okay.
He dropped it on my birthday, so shout out to Killer Cam, man. I always told myself if I ever meet him, I will always tell him that, though. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, you know.
This eventually gonna get to him. He can be in my stories.
You know what I'm saying?
I be throwing funny stuff up with him
Right,
in my stories. So
I would love to meet him. You know what I'm saying?
He'll gonna see that. You being that you said that just now. With everything going on in the city, how do you walk that fine line with staying out of trouble and being in the limelight?
You gotta just grow up, bro, at some time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just, especially if you already did that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just grow up, bro, and you gotta know what you want, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? When I was in the hospital bed and all that, I just sat back and really just said, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna be considered no street guy, no gangster, none of that, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to really sit down and decide what I wanted to be for myself, you know what I'm saying? So I chose music, you know what I'm saying? I stopped hustling to do music, you know what I'm saying? I stopped getting in trouble to do music, you know what I'm saying? So look at LeBron, he went to the NBA, he wasn't getting in no trouble, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really know what you want, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, we don't have nobody to help us start out young, you know what I'm saying? Like how we said earlier, with your daughter, you're like, yeah, we got to start off young, which is correct. You know what I'm trying to say? But
you're right. We really have to grow up because, and I knew this was going to happen a long time ago, but you see the gang culture so caught up in the music.
Right.
And you don't have a lot of the OGs saying, yo, look, this is what we do because this is where we from.
Right.
But if you have the opportunity to show a talent, stay away from this.
Right.
And I'm not even sorry to say this. It's not a lot of OGs out there that's doing the right thing by their own people.
Correct.
So when I see people and I see them throwing sets up, and I be like, how many of y'all got a business? And when you say, me and my whole team, we all LLC'd up.
Right.
That's really OGs. Y'all
Right.
checking each other. Yo, we got to stop doing this. We got to
Facts.
start doing
Yeah,
this.
we had those talks, right? We definitely had those talks. You know what I'm saying? Even with me, even just being a good leader, you know what I'm saying? I just try to just have those talks with my guys, try to make everybody feel comfortable, give everybody a job that they can handle and stuff like that. So it's just about being a team player too. You know what I'm saying? Even though, sometimes you got to pass the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I had a conversation with my man, It was something I couldn't handle. I asked my man to do it. He got it done. You know what I'm saying? And we just talked, and I was just like, yo, look, if I would have just put my pride, I want to do it, it would have never got done. So me just making a phone call, had my man do it, the job got accomplished. And that's all I'm about. It's not about who scored the last two. Listen, as long as we could get this ring or we could get this W, that's all I'm about.
Who's somebody in this industry that you would really want to work with? One from home and one from another state or in another country. I know who you better say from the Bronx. I know who you better say from the Bronx.
It's a lot of guys.
Hey, there's a lot
you know
of
what I'm
artists
saying?
from the Bronx.
You got A Boogie, you got Don Q.
Don Q's a dope writer.
Yeah, I know Don Q too. We was in the same battle league before all of this happened for him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys. Even with me coming from the Bronx and living here my whole life, there's definitely a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? But
so it's a list. You could put together a list from the Bronx.
it's just a couple.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But even go back to Dragon, I would love to work with him. You know what I'm saying? A legend. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Got Goods, the rapper, battle rapper.
Half Gallon Goods.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know I go back when I say Half Gallon Goods.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? I came from
But we
watching
gonna
DVDs.
apologize to you, Fat Joe. He meant you too, Fat Joe. Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, definitely. I was about to get into Joe.
That's when I started
You know what I'm
laughing.
saying?
I was
said,
like, you better
definitely
say Fat Joe.
You know what I'm saying? My man Dice Peso got a song with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? He made that. But I ain't gonna lie, like Joe, like it's hard to get next to him. So anybody that get a record from him is definitely a blessing. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
the
saying?
Don Cartagena
You know what I'm
right
saying?
there.
Word. Shout out to Fat Joe though. Word.
No, I go way back with that. What battle rap league was you in?
Battle on the beat. We was battling on beats and stuff.
I
You know
remember
what
that
I'm
when they
saying?
had the clip on mics
Yeah,
and all
you
that.
know what I'm saying? Goods, you know what's so crazy? Goods host my first battle ever in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. I still got that picture. I was mad youngish.
Goods
But
is
yeah,
dope.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Goods and all that. You know what I'm saying?
So how did that go? Like, how long did that last?
I just stopped battling. Maybe like 8 months ago I probably stopped. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of it, and maybe like the last two, I was just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting paid for them, so not saying that was the only reason I was doing it, you know what I'm saying? But I came from not getting paid to getting paid, so I was doing them. But like I said, that goes back to, sitting down, talking to yourself and knowing what you want. I'm like, well, the battle thing, sometimes it get in the way. Because when I'm in battle mode and I'm getting ready for my opponent, I really don't want to go to the studio. I don't want to go out to the club. I don't want to go hang out and stuff like that. My whole schedule is different now. So, sometimes it can take out the regular music, you know what I'm saying? Going to the studio, just being creative, just writing songs and all that. I wouldn't do that, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people do not realize that writing for battle raps and writing songs is two different worlds.
Two different worlds, especially on beat. Like, you can put a beat on right now, I could rap. I could do that all day. But when you on the beat now, you got to put it in a battle rap format. Like, that might be the hardest part, you know what I'm saying? I had like people, like I was battling. I was getting more lit off the battles than the music, but I always did music before battling. So once I stopped battling, I'm starting making music now. They're like, oh, nah, I didn't even know that. It's like, nah, bro, I didn't quit battling to learn how to rap. I was already rapping, you know what I'm saying? I actually stopped doing regular music to learn how to battle. You know what I'm saying?
So you did it backwards.
I did it backwards, you know what I'm saying? So that's why now, when I'm doing my records, everybody like, oh, nah, battle rappers could make music. And it's just like, yo, bro, I
forgot who I spoke about this with. Some battle rappers just cannot make music.
They just
I
can't.
mean, like, I don't know if it's the way they approach the beat, the way they project their voice. I could tell you who's dope. Like, Sue Surf is dope.
Surf is dope.
He makes really good songs.
Free the Wave.
I could tell you, Free the Wave. I could tell you who else is dope. I see him perform live, and he was a real down-to-earth dude. Son from Philly, Bill Collector.
Bill Collector, okay.
He has I will honestly say I was surprised. Bill got some
Good
really
music.
dope music, and it's not like you would expect from a
Of
battle
course,
rapper.
of course.
And then you also got my boy, that's my brother, Money Bags, Bitcoin Bags. He makes really good music
Shout
too.
out to my boy. I know coins. I know what I'm
Okay.
saying. I know bags. You feel me? Me and him was battling on the same platforms too at the time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Me and him just got back up. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay, that's what's up.
Shout out
That's
to
my
my
brother.
boy.
Maybe when I have him on the episode, I'll tell you to slide
Yeah,
back through.
definitely, definitely.
Because he's definitely actually the intro to my He's had that beat for over 2 years, and I've been
Man.
trying to get him to finish that song.
Man.
And we were supposed to have got it done this summer, but so much was happening
Yeah.
and everybody's schedules and everything. But we're gonna get that done before this year's over.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a monster
It's gonna
song.
work. Yeah, that beat. I like that beat. Might need to get on that myself.
I'm back, my brother Maury Haze. So I got a question for you. It's something I haven't asked you this whole show. I haven't even tiptoed around it.
Okay.
What do you think about the female culture in hip hop right now?
Man, who I like? I mean, you know, I always try to tip my hat to them. You know what I'm saying? They got to get it how they live. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I like Scarlett. I like Scarlett. Ice Spice. They from the Bronx. I like them. I'm always gonna be happy for them and all that. But I just feel like, as far as the females, I like. We need like that lyrical. We need one of them lyrical females. You know what I'm saying? Like taking it back to the like Scarlett. She trying her best. I ain't knocking that, but you know, I don't really come from that. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, we had the little Kims and stuff like that, but we need more Lauryn Hills, man.
Somebody
You know what I'm
conscious, a
saying?
little more conscious?
Yeah, we need more MC Lights. You know what I'm saying? Queen Latifahs and stuff like that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
that kind of falls on us too, the consumers. Like
You know what I'm
when we
saying?
listening to the music, if we keep consuming what they feeding us.
I mean, that too. That too, you know what I'm saying? I understand, you know, it's all good to have. But that goes back to everybody sounding the same.
We did speak about that.
You know what I'm saying? That goes back to all the females sounding the same, all trying to make the same type of music. That's why we having this conversation right now. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, you know what
I
I'm
had
saying?
to ask you because you're from the home of hip hop.
Right.
And I was just like, are we over your girl Cardi B era where it's like
Shout out to Cardi too. Yeah.
Cardi did her thing. I'm not
Yeah,
mad
I
at Cardi
forgot about
by
her for a
far.
second.
I could tell you this. She's definitely from the Bronx. And I called it when I first heard Bodak Yellow.
Yeah, Bodak. Yeah.
I looked at my wife and said, by next year, that's going to be the biggest hit on the radio. She was like, no way. I was like, I'm telling you.
And it was.
By next year, that was the biggest song on the radio. And she was like, why? I said, sonically, it was something we haven't heard.
Right.
And now, Glorilla is doing that every day.
Yeah, facts.
If you listen to the flow that she uses, it's a little more southern version of that flow.
Us too. Shout out to Remy Martin.
She's lyrical. She's
You know what I'm
lyrical.
saying? BX. You know what I'm saying? I
Big
forgot about her
BX.
for a
She
second,
did
too.
her thing.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, but you know, like, I guess that's just the wave right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as the female music and all that, I guess that's just the wave, man. So
We gotta get somebody to change the wave and actually free
yeah.
the wave because I heard the wave coming home soon.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about this song that we're about to get into, and then we're gonna get to your performance.
like I said, man, this song is called For My City. It's one of my hit records, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite records too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, go check it out, man. Maury Haze For My City, streaming all digital platforms, you know what I'm saying? I got the audio out, got the video out. Go check it out, man. Might come out with the remix too, you know what I'm saying? For My City remix, so let's get it. We here.
We're gonna get to that performance. We'll be right back.
Maury Haze.
Yeah,
I beg for my city. Yeah, let's go.
yeah,
I walk in the spot.
Keep that too, you heard?
Throw
Yeah.
up the gang. New Bronx. Forever 80.
I beg for my city. I throw up the gang. I'm screaming at 80. They know the name. Bad chick and she drinking to her. I don't know what the liquor do her. The yellow diamonds like Pikachu. I walk in the spot feeling visible and I beg for the city. I throw up the gang. I'm screaming at 80. They know the name. Bad chick and she drinking to her. I don't know what the liquor do her. The yellow diamonds like Pikachu. I walk in the spot feeling visible. I beg for my city. I throw up the gang. I walk in the spot. They saying my name. I walk in the jeweler. They making a chain. I walk in the trappy. They cooking that thing. They cooking that. I add a little sauce. I was cooking it plain. I be calling it Usher and dance in the rain. Swaggy ya, wavy ya, I throw up the game. 80 ya, baby ya, they know what I bang, they know what I.
Aura. Nigga moving on a mission. My mood to work off the dishes. My bad chick don't listen. Call me back, hit me back, cause the phone be glitching. I grab the worker, grab the jar, then I move in the kitchen. What they gonna tell me? On I had to be LV up. My man called me from a celly up. My lifestyle like belly up. She live in Yonkers, but she moved to Jersey. I don't know, she in the telly. The butter soft and be pelly. I just believe what she tell me. I beg for my city. I throw up the game. I'm screaming at 80. They know the name. Bad chicken, she drinking to her. I don't know what the liquor do her. The yellow diamonds like Pikachu. And I walk in the spot for the visible. And I beg for the city. I throw up the game. They screaming at 80. They know the name. Bad chicken, she drinking to her. I don't know what the liquor do her. The yellow diamonds like Pikachu. I walk in the spot for the visible. I beg for my city. It's groupies. And my gun on the tech. Lil Uzi. I be moving so big, I move with a Coochie. Headshot. Lil Boosie. Popcorn, buttery. It's a movie. Bad chick, she get me tight, she don't move me. We get the money, double up, we thinking lick in the double cover. I tell them I don't give a. I pulled up in a bigger truck, got a chain on me, look like icing. Every time it's exciting. I freestyle, I ain't writing. I shoot with cause I ain't fighting. Headshot, hit his ear, move like Tyson. Plus I beg for my city. No, I get busy. I beg for my city. I throw up the gang. I'm screaming at 80. They know the name. Bad chicken, she drinking to her. I don't know what the liquor do her. The yellow diamonds like Pikachu. I walk in the spot feeling visible. I beg for my city. I go by Maury Haze, you heard? That's my hit record right there for my city. Please follow me all digital platforms, man. I go by Maury Haze, man. Let's get it.
Maury Haze, tap in with him. Appreciate my audience, appreciate the fans. Thank you, BronxNet. Crash the industry, baby. That's what we do.
Let's go, BX, BronxNet. Let's go.
Nah, you killed that. You got one right there. Woo.